A woman with bipolar disorder stands before the judge, facing up to 16 years in prison. Her crime? Attacking a security officer with a machete. But today, she pleads not for mercy, but for a second chance. Is she a danger to society or a victim of untreated trauma? What Judge Boyd decides next could change everything.
And then so it was like I got orientated like every time, you
How
know.
does that translate to you committing a theft?
It doesn't. It's just
Court is calling 2023 CR 7684, State of Texas versus Shelby Bandy. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Harris, Aiden.
Defense?
William Davidson.
And are you Miss Bandy?
yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Shelby Bandy who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 7684 for the offense of burglary of a habitation force on October 17, 2023 for a period of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
On or about the 27th day of May 2024 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Shelby Bandy committed the offense of theft in violation of District 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State? The other allegations?
Waive and abandon, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation condition number 1?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you aware that what that means is your contract is with the court, it's not with your attorney, it's not with the state. If you've reached some sort of a proposed agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow that agreement. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Deny the motion, amends conditions for cognitive behavioral class, IOP with lifetime recovery, enroll in theft class within 7 days.
Probation.
Yes, Judge,
Is that probation's recommendation?
that's the recommendation that's on the court summary, Judge. I do want to point out that Ms. Bandy was placed on probation October 2023. You wanted field visits to be conducted at her home. They have been conducted, however, no contact has ever been made with Ms. Bandy at her home. She's not home when those are completed. Private outpatient program has not been completed. Parenting classes have not been completed. Community service hours, there was 200 hours ordered. There's a balance of 200 at this point.
All right. So, Ms. Bandy, you want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Shelby Bandy.
All right, other than committing a theft, what have you done on probation?
Well, I hadn't paid yet because I worked 6 days a week at my job and I was,
No, we're not talking about money,
oh, okay.
because what I'm talking about is you were supposed to do parenting classes. Have you done parenting
I
classes?
was online, I was doing them online because I was working, like I said, but I hadn't completed them yet.
All right. Have you been available for field visits?
No, ma'am, I was working 6 days a week. So when they went to my house, I was at work.
How did you have time to commit a theft if you're working 6 days a week?
I had taken the wrong person to the store and, I gave a ride to the wrong person and got caught up doing that. So
All right, so you have a time to take a person to the store,
Mhm.
commit a theft, but you don't have time to complete your parenting classes because you are working 6 days a week. You don't have time to be home for your field visits because you're working 6 days a week. And did you complete CATs 1 and 2?
not yet. Yeah, my probation officer told me that I would do that after I got done with the parenting classes.
All right, any questions, defense?
I do have some statements to make that
Yes,
I met with her.
and just 1 second, I'm sorry. State, any questions of the witness?
No, Your Honor.
All right, counsel.
Your Honor, I met with her prior to this, and she told me that after she was placed on probation, she had to go to jail. I believe it was for an offense out of another county, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so she wasn't out of jail until December 4th of what year?
2023.
2023. And she tells me her mom passed away the prior day. She tells me that her intent has been to complete these classes and to complete everything, but she seems to have had some problems doing so. Can you tell the judge why you didn't, just a better explanation of why you didn't complete all these things other than just working?
Yeah, I was working and then I just, my mother passed away the day before I got out of jail. And so we had to, plan her funeral. We ended up cremating her. We spread her ashes at the beach. And then her house, we were gonna sell it now. And so we had to clean it up. So I was busy doing that too. I was busy going to work. When I wasn't at work, I was at home packing up all of her stuff,
Did you pick up the phone and tell probation?
my probation officer, I was reporting and she knew everything that was going on and she was understanding about it. She just said, she did tell me that I needed to go take a drug test and then pay something by the next time that I reported. And then I ended up getting locked up.
Your Honor, I believe she's been in jail since June 20th. And she tells me she's been through many probation officers. And so I don't know if that's an excuse or anything, but
No, when I first started to report, I saw like 3 or 4 different probation officers in the beginning. And then the probation officer that I have now, I guess my permanent one, I only saw her 3 times, I believe.
Excuse me. No talking behind the court reporter. All you have to do is ask the deputy to move your person to the end. Thank you. You may continue.
Yeah, so they gave me like 3 or 4 different probation officers in the beginning, and then so it was like I got orientated like every time,
How does that translate to you committing a theft?
It doesn't, it's just, forgot what he asked me. It's just what I was doing, like why I hadn't completed the classes and stuff, like why I hadn't done anything like taking a drug test or making payments and stuff like that, because I was just busy working. And then the probation officer that I got, my permanent one, I only saw her like 2 or 3 times before.
ask her another question.
Yes.
Okay, do you understand this judge can send you to prison if you're too busy and then you won't be too busy?
Right, I understand that.
You understand that? Because probation is a chance for you to show the court that you can comply with regulations and rules. If you go out and you commit other offenses, you're not reporting, I know you report it, but if you're not doing everything you're supposed to do, your probation can be revoked.
I understand.
And nobody can stop the judge from doing that. You understand that?
I understand.
If this judge does go with the recommendation from the probation officer who wrote this up, are you going to comply with what you have to do?
Yes,
Are you going to be too busy working?
no,
You understand being too busy working tells the judge that you're too busy to do probation?
I understand.
Thank you. Your Honor.
All right. Any other questions?
There.
All right. I'm not going to follow your agreement. I don't think you're appropriate candidate for probation. The number one thing, you're on probation for breaking into someone's home and stealing. You haven't done anything on probation. The only thing you've done is committed another theft. So the court is finding violation of condition number 1 true. The court will find you guilty. I'll order the therapeutic community that can help you with any drug or alcohol issues you may have. There's going to be a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. Does anyone wish to speak on time? The range of punishment is 2 to 20 years.
Your Honor, I would ask for the 2 years because she probably thought she was going to get the recommendation from probation today. And I know that it's serious, not, picking up another offense and so on, but she tells me she was working. I understand that's not an excuse, but she wasn't out there using drugs, according to her.
Okay. All right. State.
4 years, Your Honor.
All right. The court is finding you guilty. The court will order the therapeutic community, give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. The court will sentence you to 6 years in the prison. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorneys? Did you understand it and sign it?
She did sign it, Your Honor.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
All right. You have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on deferred adjudication. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question on what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. Thank you, counsel.
Thank you.
All right, who is here on Maria Cisneros?
Judge, we're here on a PSI.
All right, just give me one moment. Let me just pull up the TAP evaluation.
And I'm gonna ask for a continuance, Judge,
Let me ask Mama if she has.
Okay, why will you be asking for a continuance?
because on the very last page, it says that on September tenth, my client has a mental health evaluation that was identified during the psychological.
All right, if you believe she's competent, we're going to go forward. And I will take it into consideration that they believe that she has mental health
Okay.
issues potentially.
All right.
All right, everyone, we're going to go on the record so everybody can just step back. Court is calling 2024 CR 2004 and 2024 CR 2158. Make sure your phones are on silent. State of Texas versus Maria Cisneros. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Harris, Hayden.
Doug Campbell, I'm sorry, Judge, Doug Campbell.
And are you Miss Cisneros?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you entered a plea of guilty in each of these cause numbers. On June 24th, a PSI was ordered. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report? State,
Yes, Your Honor.
defense?
Yes, Judge.
Any objections to the PSI report? State,
No.
defense?
No, Judge.
Have both parties had a chance to review the TAP evaluation?
Yes, Judge.
Any objection to the TAP evaluation? State, defense?
No, Judge, but in the TAP evaluation, it does say that she needs to have some additional evaluation that's scheduled for September tenth, 2024.
All right. All right, and each of the cause numbers, well, let's start. In 2024 CR 2158, you entered a plea of guilty to aggravated assault of a security officer according to the plea bargaining agreement. Punishments be assessed at 8 years and a $1,500 fine. State is silent on your application. And cause number 2024 CR 2004, you entered a plea of guilty to retaliation. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is be assessed at 8 years in the prison, a $1,500 fine, and the state is silent. Defense, any witnesses?
Yes, I'll call my client.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly, raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you speak up and
Yes.
state your name for the record.
Maria Cisneros.
All right, everyone in the box, you all need to whisper. All right, defense, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Maria, you understand that you're here on two different charges, is that correct?
Yes.
And you know that they're very serious allegations and that you pled guilty because you are guilty.
Yes.
Would you tell the court a little bit about your mental health record? What's your diagnosis and how are you being treated right now?
Bipolar, depression, and ADD, and they have me on Zyprexa.
When did you start taking the Zyprexa?
A few weeks after that, I was arrested.
And what were your symptoms prior to taking the Zyprexa and prior to your arrest?
Unstable,
Unstable what?
mood swings.
Okay. And as a result, you were probably making some pretty bad decisions, is that correct?
Yes,
And that includes the actions that led you to be here before the court today.
yes.
With respect to the Zyprexa, does it seem to be helping with your mood stabilization?
Yeah,
Are you explain to the court how it helps?
well,
Okay, so I'm so sorry. I'm gonna need you to speak up so I can hear.
it helps me. I really don't talk a lot, but I follow directions and I just speak a lot.
Okay.
Now, I see that in the PSI, you have quite a few different illegal substances that you've used in the past.
Yes,
Do you have cravings for those when you're using Zyprexa?
no,
So it's helping with that as well, is that correct?
yes,
Um, Are you asking the court to place you on probation today?
yes.
Why do you think you'll be successful on probation?
I'm sorry, I'm nervous right now.
I get it.
I've never been on probation before, so I'm just asking you to give me a chance.
How old are you? Do
I'm 48.
you have any children?
Yes,
How old are they?
they're over 18.
How many children do you have?
3.
And have you spoken with them about you being on probation?
No,
With respect to your family support, do you have family support?
yes,
Explain that to the judge.
my parents and their parents.
Anybody else?
They're the only 2 people I write to.
Have they indicated to you whether you'll be able to go back to their home?
I believe I can.
If not, where will you be staying? If the court gives you probation?
I'm not sure.
Would you like for one of your parents to come up here and address the court?
Sure.
Which one? What's her name or his name?
My father Gonzalez, his name.
Okay. Does he speak English?
No,
Does your mother speak English?
no.
All right, why is everybody whispering? People are whispering like it's for dramatic effect, but I can't hear if everybody's whispering.
It's exactly for dramatic effect.
All right, let's not do dramatic effects.
Okay. Now, in your PSI, it says you don't want probation if you could have it your way. How would you rather have this case resolved?
I wish I could just have the, time served, it's all the time.
Okay, and you know that in this case, it's either court, prison or probation, right?
I would like to take probation.
And you'll do everything that you can to be successful on probation?
Yes,
If the court were to send you to DDRF or some other facility, are you willing to go there to continue to get assistance with your mental health and your drug treatment?
yes,
And you understand that that's a better alternative to go into prison, I guess, right?
mhm.
Is there anything else you want to let the court know? Are you remorseful for your actions this day?
Yes, I regret it.
Why do you regret it?
I was being stable at the time. Now that I think about it, I wish I could change things.
How would you change things in the future?
Probably not carry a machete. So,
That's fair. What else?
and be more respectful of people.
Okay. And do you believe those are things that you've had an opportunity to learn while you've been in jail waiting for this day?
Yeah,
Have you taken any classes while you've been waiting?
anger management,
Did you complete that course?
yes.
Tell the court maybe the top 3 things you learned in anger management.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm on the spot. I can't even
I know.
think right now.
It's okay. Take your time. Have you learned any coping mechanisms to deal with your anger?
Yeah.
What coping mechanisms have you learned?
It's a stop sign
Mhm.
and redirect myself.
Okay. And how do you redirect yourself?
I just think about, consequences.
Okay. And right now you're facing a pretty big consequence, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you need to let the court know? Thank you, Judge Alvarez.
All right. So I know in the police report, you had left a hospital before all of this happened. What hospital had you left?
It was Metropolitan.
I'm sorry, what?
Metropolitan,
And why were you at Metropolitan Hospital?
when I got arrested,
Yes, why were you
Oh.
leaving the hospital?
I went to the hospital in the first place because I went to, I had got raped earlier, a few hours before that, and I wanted to talk to somebody, but I didn't want to get the person in trouble because I wasn't sure who he was. And I wanted to get tested to make sure that I'm getting the STD, so that's why I went to the hospital.
So what is your mental diagnosis?
Depression and bipolar.
All right. And any other diagnosis? What medication are you on?
Depression.
All right. Any other medication that you've been on in the past?
In the past, I've been on a few meds. I've been on Depakote, Zoloft, Motrin, Taxols, Ritalin.
And how long have you been on those medications?
It's been years I've been off of meds. I've been self-medicating myself.
All right. When's the first time you were given medication for mental health? Do you remember your age?
I was in my 20s.
All right. Would you like to have her parents testify?
Judge, they speak Spanish. I'm not
Well,
sure.
that's what
We have an
interpreters are for.
We have an interpreter available. I would love to.
All right, if you'll step to the box and let Ms. Ferguson know, and they'll get an interpreter down.
Judge.
Yes.
ADA Escobar informed me that the complaint in this case is available via Zoom. If you'd like to be virtually present during this proceeding, provide a victim impact statement after the
Sure.
court proposes sentence.
Yes,
May I be excused, Your Honor?
yes.
Thank you.
A struggling mother stands before judge. Again, this time, her future and her child's life hang in the balance. She's already failed once. Now she gets one last chance. If she blows it, she'll spend 20 years behind bars. What would you decide?
All right, court is calling 2025 CR 000240 and 2025 CR 013090. State versus Elizabeth Settle. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Hunter Morris for the state.
Will Brooks for the defendant, Judge.
All right, and you're Miss Settle? All right, we were here on July 28th. The court ordered you to have a drug testing done, and that was completed. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what were the results?
So she was positive, Your Honor, but it was for her medication assisted treatment. There was nothing
What would you
else.
do if someone failed rehab once? Would you give them another chance?
All right, so the other reason why I had this case recalled back, because this is actually a tough case, right? And it's a tough case, and when you read it on the surface, you should be going to prison. But then there are other things for me to consider as well. The fact that you have a child and it appears that you have changed your life. And defense, I believe yesterday you said that she was being accepted into felony drug court.
Yes, Judge, and also I had some argument for the court too. The court was ready, but that is correct, Judge. She was screened for felony drug court. They did not accept her because at the time she had not been sentenced. But I verified with felony drug court that should she be placed on probation, they are able to accept her and can squeeze her in next week.
All right, so state.
Yes, Judge.
I understand why the reason you're asking for prison time. I do, and I want you, Ms. Settle, to internalize what I'm saying. What I'm considering is the fact that she has a child. It appears that she has changed. Sometimes it takes people a long time to have a wake-up call. I still don't understand why you keep having children when your life is not where it should be. But usually when people are addicted to drugs, they're not thinking appropriately to begin with. They're not thinking about the future. They're not thinking about how their drug use will impact everyone else. And state on this case, I see that you're asking for a cap of 6 years in the prison. And one case is a second-degree felony. And the other case is a third-degree felony. And I'm assuming she has restitution to pay?
If it isn't included in that plea bargain right there, Judge, then no certain amount.
All right. So we're going to see the amount of restitution, and state you've had a chance to hear her testimony. Are you still going to be requesting prison time?
Judge, the position of the state is that this offer was made considering the history, the knowledge that Ms. Settle has been before this court previously, also with a new child, asking for the same type of leniency and treatment, and was offered that leniency and treatment and turned it down and returned directly to that life. And so it's not just Ms. Settle the state is concerned about, but it's Ms. Settle's children, it's Ms. Settle's family, and it's Ms. Settle's community, many of which were victims of Ms. Settle. And that is the reason the state is opposed, but the state is cognizant of what appears to be genuine changes in Ms. Settle's life.
All right. And I know that this involves her mother.
Yes, Judge. So the world is is an ironic place. It turns out I'm appointed to represent Miss Settle, but I have known Miss Settle since she was about knee high. I've known the complainant, her mother, and also her brother, who's referenced in the PSI, someone that I went to high school with, was close friends with. So I've known this family a long time. I've spoken to the complainant, to her mother, Judge. She is certainly at wit's end with Miss Settle. She's spent a great deal of money helping her out, trying to get her on her feet. But it is also clear in the PSI that she is seeing and she's witnessed some of the changes that Miss Settle has made in her life and has made. And the question came up yesterday, Judge, what's different or what's changed? And I think the distinction between this time and last time she did not do what she was supposed to do for you, Judge. It's very clear in the PSI back in 2020, she was going for things. She was released from the jail accidentally. She skipped out on GPS. There were all sorts of issues, Judge. In this instance, since both when she was arrested and then certainly after being released on bond, she's made great strides to try and do what she's supposed to do. She's been on GPS. She's been compliant. She's been enrolling programs. She's tried to be a parent to her mother or to her child. She's also shown up here today, Judge. She's not run off. She's not fled. She's not skipping out on things. And when you're talking about therapeutic justice, Judge, when someone's an addict, there's no such thing as a cure. But it seems to me like she's trying to make some legitimate life changes. And I think society and Miss Settle would be served better by trying to get her some therapeutic justice and trying to continue her down this path rather than sending her to prison again.
You think the judge is being too lenient or too harsh?
PSI, the complainants themselves don't indicate that they'd like Miss Settle to go to jail, prison. Her mother certainly would like Miss Settle to have the threat of prison or jail time hanging over her head, which is something I think is a great motivator a lot of times. So for those reasons, Judge, we're asking the court to consider probation or community supervision in some form in order to enter the drug court program.
All right, anything you wish to add, State?
Judge, the state stands by its concern about Ms. Settle being a good probationer, a good candidate for probation. That being said, the emphasis from the complainants was that if this court were to grant supervision, the state would ask for a very structured supervision, because I do believe that it is a necessity in Ms. Settle's life at this point. I believe drug court would be appropriate and, if needed, inpatient treatment.
All right. So the court is going to give you a choice. Some people say my probation is very difficult. I'm sure you're aware of that, as I've sentenced you before for not doing what you're supposed to do. I'm going to give you a choice. I can sentence you today, and I will sentence you to 3 years in the prison. Otherwise, the plea negotiation needs to be reworked. And by that, this is what I mean. The case that's a second-degree felony, I will give you deferred adjudication. And if you were revoked, you're looking at 20 years in the prison. Do you understand?
Sure.
And then on the case that's a third-degree felony, I would convict you, but I want the underlying to be 10 years. So you can discuss that with your attorney.
Judge, you'd like the opportunity for probation, Your Honor?
All right, so normally, legally and ethically, I'm not allowed to interfere with negotiations. But what I'm telling you and telling your client, on the cap of 6 offer, for me to request that it be an underlying of a cap of 10, that's changing your plea negotiations. And if you want a jury trial on that, you can have a jury trial on that. Do you understand?
Judge, on the second degree case,
Mhm.
is there no application for deferred indicated in that plea bargain agreement?
On that one, let me see. No, it just says that you're all opposed to community supervision in deferred adjudication, but I do have an application for deferred adjudication on that case. And on the firearm case, there is there's the state is opposed, but there is an application for deferred on that case.
Okay. So the only one we would need to change is the one with the conviction, so the third degree.
Yes.
This court could give them 10 years deferred on a cap of 6. Opposed.
Well, no, on the we're off the record, on the unlawful possession, the court wants a conviction on that case.
Okay.
So there will be guilty but I want her underlying to be the 10 years.
Understood.
And then on the other case at the second degree, I'll give her the deferred adjudication. So the reason why I'm doing that is because then on both cases, you would be subject to the full range of punishment if you were revoked. Do you understand?
Yes. Understood, Judge.
So if you all want to change that to a cap of 10 and state, I'll still note that you're opposed.
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Abrams, on Ms. Settles, defense counsel has told me that felony drug court will accept her. And counsel, is she currently on GPS?
Yes, she is, Judge.
All right, we're going to continue with the GPS.
Case ending in 240, are we proceeding on count one or two?
Let me see. They're proceeding,
If a parent can't stay clean, should they lose their freedom or their child, or both?
they're proceeding on count 2 as a repeater. I'm sorry, wait a minute. They're proceeding on count 1. They're waiving count 2 in the repeater.
Judge,
Yes.
here's that docket back and we initialed the plea bargain change.
All right, thank you, Hunter. All right, we're back on the record. Is there anything else from either side before the court enters its orders?
Nothing from the state judge.
No, just that we have no objection to the change from the cap 6 to the cap 10 here.
All right. Then in cause number 2025 CR 000240, the court is going to grant your application for deferred adjudication. Court is going to sentence you to 10 years deferred adjudication. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 45 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. This is to run concurrent with 2024 CR 013090. With regards to this, no harmful or injurious contact with KPEC and family. And then there's no contact with Linda Vargas, Destiny Thurston, Juan Uriega.
Uriega, Judge.
Yeah, thank you. I look at Deputy Laura because she's like, I'm trying to teach you. David Getz, Goetz, or Dick Creamer. And there'll be restitution, if any, to all complainants. If there's an issue with the restitution amount, we can have a restitution hearing. And Ms. Ferguson, can you set this in 45 days for restitution hearing, please? In case there is any.
Fair enough.
All right, what date? All right, we're going to come back on September 11th and state this just to see if there's any restitution amount that's owed. And we'll have a restitution hearing on that day.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, there's to be no contact with Rudy Rodriguez. There's to be 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once that's complete, 100 hours will be deemed satisfied. There's $1,000 fine that will be probated. And there's to be a referral to felony drug court. If for some reason she's not accepted in a felony drug court, she's to come back to this court. However, counsel has informed me she has been accepted. And there's to be continued GPS until further notice. Probation, is there anything else with regards to that sentencing? No harmful or injurious contact with KPEC, PECK, and family. And then there's to be no contact with Linda Vargas, Destiny Thurston, THURSTEN, Juan Uriega, David Getz, GOETZ, and Dick Creamer, and Rudy Rodriguez.
Judge, to put a fine point, Mr. Rodriguez is actually the child's father.
I'm just going by what's in the plea paperwork. So that's something that will need to be addressed with Judge Glenn. Probation, is there anything else? Anything else with regards to sentencing in that cause number, counsel?
Nothing from the state judge.
Nothing from defense, Your Honor.
All right, I'm showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. And that cause number, did you review it with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Next, we're moving to cause number 2024 CR 01309. All right, the court is going to find you guilty. The court is going to sentence you to 10 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 10 years. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs.
Comment below. Would you trust someone like this in your neighborhood after today's ruling?
Proof of employment within 45 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. 200 hours of community service restitution. The court will show that 100 hours is satisfied upon the completion of parenting classes. GPS, and I'm sorry, probation will do partial GPS for employment and treatment in each cause number. Waive GPS fees. This is run concurrent with 2025 CR 000240 and referral to felony drug court. And again, if felony drug court for some reason does not accept her, she's to come back to this court. Probation, is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
It's on the other call number as well, field visit.
Oh, thank you so much. Field visits one time per month until further notice.
And can you clarify which count on that call number?
The one I just read, the unlawful possession.
Yes, Judge.
They are proceeding on count 1 and they're waiving count 2. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing in that cause number?
No, Judge.
Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
I did, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You say you have a new child. Your counsel has told me you have a newborn, that you have finally, the haze has been cleared and you're finally going to do what needs to be done. In each of these cases, in one case, you're looking at 20 years if you're revoked. In the other case, you're looking at 10 years if you're revoked. So from here on out, everything you do, you need to ask yourself 2 questions. Is this something that could potentially result in me being revoked? If the answer is yes, don't do it. If the answer is maybe, don't do it. If there's anything else that's in between, you need to contact your attorney. Do you understand? All right. And if you're not going to do it for yourself, you need to do it for your child. All right. Thank you, counsel. Thank you.
A young father stands accused of beating a pregnant woman. The judge's next words? Absolutely brutal. And then another teen, just 17, is sent to prison for armed robbery. This courtroom? Unforgiving.
But I believe you when you say you love your daughter. Right? So how would you feel if your daughter became of age and she ends up with somebody like you who hits on her? Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Thanks to the state, please.
Defense?
Elizabeth Russell for Larry Casillas.
Are you Larry Casillas? Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your attorney?
I have reviewed.
I'm sorry, with your client.
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? That appears to be a yes.
That's it. We're proceeding on count one. You know,
All right, there's only one count in the indictment.
Yes.
All right. Showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with assault of a pregnant person? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. I'm looking at this plea bargain agreement. And there's to be no harmful or injurious contact with Stephanie Ortiz.
That's her, by her request, Judge. We
I'm not
filed an
following, I'm not gonna follow that.
Even though that's her request.
No, I mean, no, even though it's a request, according to what I'm about to receive, he is a person who is hitting on, not in a loving manner, a pregnant person. I mean, was she pregnant at the time?
Yes, Your Honor.
So if, you know,
She's
I-
requesting, and I'm sorry, Judge, may I speak?
sure,
She's requesting it for her convenience. They've been doing custody exchanges for the last almost a year through a third-party person, and it's her request. She reached out to me, filled out an affidavit of non-prosecution and requested that. So
I'm not following that. So if you all want to withdraw your plea now, you can, but I am not doing a no harmful or injurious contact for somebody who's accused, and I haven't read the, you know, the steps yet, who's accused of hitting a pregnant person.
that's fine, Judge. They're no longer in a relationship. The only relationship is for the benefit of their children. He has no interest in communicating with her beyond that.
All right, so I'm not going to follow that. So y'all have a choice. Either you can go to jury trial or either you all can change that part of your plea bargain agreement.
We're proceeding with the no contact, Judge.
All right, if you all want to change that. Court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, we would just request that you follow the agreement between the state and defense. Mr. Casillas is wanting to move forward in a direction that's appropriate for his children. He understands.
You can feel the judge's frustration here, not just at the crime, but the cycle of violence she's seen too many times before.
What went wrong, and he wants to take full responsibility for that. And he has had no issues since the arrest on this date, and they have been successfully co-parenting since that time. There was a CPS case, Judge, that was closed out for no finding.
All right, how old are you?
21, Your Honor.
How many children do you have?
2, Your Honor.
What are their ages?
1 year and 6 months.
1 year and what?
1 year and 6 months.
Are you employed?
Yes, Your Honor.
What do you do?
I work at Amazon at facility warehouse.
All right, so why do you keep hitting on Stephanie Ortiz? At one point, I'm assuming you loved her because you have children with her.
Yes, Your Honor.
So why do you keep hitting on her?
It was just me not being in the right state of mind, me letting my feelings get to myself and not just thinking right and thinking straight.
That makes no sense to me.
Your Honor, it was just my fault. I let my feelings get to myself, let her get my head and
Let what?
let her get my head, and I just reacted in a wrongful way.
No, but I mean, you're up here hitting someone. Honestly, I don't even know why I should follow this plea. But your attorney is telling me that she's filed a affidavit of non-prosecution. But according to this, she was pregnant and she was going to be induced that day, and you decided to put your hands on her. I don't understand how is she getting in your head that you would be hitting a pregnant woman who's about to deliver your child.
No, Your Honor, well, that day wasn't the day we were supposed to get induced. But I believe the hitting was before that. So it was just the marks that had came about.
But you still hit her while she was pregnant
Yes.
and she was close to her due date.
Yes.
Not that it's appropriate to hit anyone anyway,
No, it's not, Your Honor.
but obviously she was pregnant. And what she's saying in this documentation, I want you to tell you the reason why I'm saying no contact,
Yes, Your Honor.
because what she's saying in this police report is this is not the first time that you've been abusive to her. And the police took photos and she had bruising and swelling to the eye along with busted vessels in her eye. That's what you did. So the 2 children you have, is this a boy and a girl or 2 boys or 2 girls?
Girl, and
All right. So what's your daughter's name? Sarabella.
she's a year and 7 months.
All right. So she's a year and 7 months. I guarantee you she knows that you've been abusive to her mom. Do you love your daughter
I love her with all my heart.
with all your heart? Would you do anything for her?
I would, Your Honor.
What would you do if your daughter ended up with someone like you? That question broke the courtroom silence.
I used to do CPS cases and parents would tell me I will walk through fire for my children.
Yes, Your Honor.
They would say that because they knew nobody had a fire for them to walk through.
Mhm.
But I believe you when you say you love your daughter.
Yes, Your Honor.
So how would you feel if your daughter became of age and she ends up with somebody like you who hits on her? Would you be okay with that?
I'll be very upset, Your Honor.
And so your daughter is learning what it means to show love is to hit on people, and might makes right.
Your Honor, that's-
You're going to have to change your ways.
yes,
You are not to have any contact with Stephanie Ortiz and anybody else you get into a relationship yet. Don't let them meet your publicist. Let them meet you and tell them, hey, want to let you know I had this abusive acts in my background,
yes, Your Honor.
because then they can make an informed decision about whether or not they want to date you. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 6 years deferred adjudication. There's to be no contact with Stephanie Ortiz. There's to be the BIPP course, parenting classes, that can be with rainbows. There's to be 200 hours of community service restitution. That will be waived once he completes parenting classes, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular UAs. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Positive, Your Honor.
And what are you going to be positive for?
I mean, no, negative, Your Honor.
Negative? Okay. So you haven't used anything.
No,
I think Amazon drug tests, do
yes,
they
yes,
not?
Amazon drugs, yes, Your Honor.
All right, there's to be regular UAs. I'm going to want field visits one time every 3 months. Proof of employment within 15 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Probation, is there anything else he needs?
You already did mention the regular.
Yes. All right, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? 2023 CR 2528 and 2023 CR 2529. State of Texas versus Berlio Marquez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Defense.
Robert Mauer for defendant, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Marquez?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received the discovery in each of these cases and did you review it with your client?
Yes.
In each cause number, the court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. And each cause number I'm showing you was entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, in each cause number, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I did.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented in each cause number?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Marquez, in each cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? Did you sign them in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand in each cause number, you're charged with the offense of aggravated robbery? That's a first-degree felony. The range of punishment is up to, anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments in each cause number, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge, but ask to waive PSI.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Just ask you follow the plea bargain here.
All right. And the cause number ending in 2528, the court will find you guilty, sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. This will run concurrent with 2023 CR 2529. Taking consideration 2023 CR 2621, 2527.
This teen had a future ahead of him, and now he's facing years behind bars. But the judge still offers a lifeline.
699-185 and 184. There's to be restitution, if any, to Isaac Cervantes, Cameron Carroll, Kyle Sutherland, and Stephanie Lefebvre, and also no contact with any of those parties. And then in cause number ending in 2529, Court is finding you guilty, sentence you to 5 years in the prison, credit for any time served, concurrent with 2023 CR 2528, taking consideration 2023 CR 2621, 2527, County Court Cause number 699185184, 184, no contact and restitution to the following: Isaac Cervantes, Cameron Carroll, Kyle Sutherland, and Stephanie Lefrayre. I'm pronouncing that name all sorts of ways. I apologize to Stephanie. All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're off the record. How old are you?
17.
You're 17 and you're doing this foolishness. Things, if you want things, you got to get a job so you can have things. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
For a 17-year-old, you've chosen a hard road for yourself because you're going to prison, 17. And you're going to be in prison with a bunch of people who are there for murders and other things. When you go to prison, don't become institutionalized. You're 17, you still have a chance to make something out of yourself and do better in your life. So keep your head down and do your time and try to improve yourself. You can even take college classes while you're at the prison. And if you dropped out of school and don't have your high school diploma, you can get your high school diploma while you're there. So don't come out of prison having just wasted time, okay? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Maurer.
A mother of 6, one child in juvenile detention, another in foster care, cuts off her GPS monitor to save her daughter, but the judge isn't buying it. The stakes? Her freedom and her family.
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 8835, State of Texas versus Esther Diaz. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Joseph Appelt.
And are you Esther Diaz?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the documents entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision and First Amendment Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Esther Diaz who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 8835 for the offense of harassment of a public servant on February 15, 2024 for a period of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, stayed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Which allegation are you proceeding on?
Violation condition on or about the 28th day of February 2024 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant, Mr. Marie Oriana Diaz, committed the offense of tampering with electronic monitoring device.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
All right. Are you proceeding on any other allegations?
We haven't been the remaining allegation.
All right. Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There's an agreement in this that we both believe that Ms. Oriana Diaz should have some sort of treatment. We disagree about what that treatment is.
Yes, Your Honor. In other words, the agreement would be to continue her on her deferred alternate amendment conditions for some form of substance abuse treatment. But as Mr. Edelman has indicated, we don't agree on what type of treatment that should be and exactly where. We would leave that to the court, and I would like to address the court with respect to that, Your Honor.
All right, so let's address the tampering with the electronic monitoring device, and then we can address.
She says she cut off the monitor to protect her daughter, but the judge sees it as another failure to follow rules.
If the court is going to continue Ms. Diaz or not.
Yes, Your Honor. At the time that occurred, at the time that Ms. Diaz had the device on, she was in a, shall we say, very negative relationship with a gentleman who was the father of her now 2-month-old baby. CPS subsequently had gotten involved dealing with that situation, as well as her other 5 children. One of her children had been involved in drugs, and it has to do with, I'll give you his name, it's Domingo Herrera, who was a negative influence on the other children, as well as Ms. Diaz. She has since gotten away from him. She cut the monitor off because she was dealing with the rather exigent circumstances with her oldest child, who is 16 years old. That child is now in the juvenile system because of some of her drug issues and other issues that were going on. That situation is being resolved. There is a CPS case which is open with Ms. Diaz, which she was following and being involved in with their services prior to coming to court, being in custody now for this the violation that she's pled true to. Some of the services they were recommending had to deal with relationship counseling, dealing with anger management counseling, as well as substance abuse counseling. With respect to that, she does have 6 children. The 16-year-old, actually, she's not the oldest. The 17-year-old is with her mother, which is the child's grandmother. The 16-year-old is in the juvenile system, being taken care of that way. 3 of the children are with her ex-husband, and then the young 2-month-old child is in foster care right now. Her hope is to try to reunite with the 2-month-old and the other children. It's my understanding, as reported by Ms. Diaz, that CPS, that case is rolling forward, and there's some sort of a proceeding in October of this year that she's trying to meet all the requirements for their purposes. While she has been in custody, which is 110 days, Your Honor, she has completed an anger management class. She has 2 more classes to go to complete her healthy relationships class, and she's been in substance abuse counseling as well, 2 more classes, and she'll get a certificate of completion for that class too. She informs me that Mr. Herrera, she doesn't know where he is, no contact with him, doesn't want anything to do with him. It's her information through CPS that he initially began, but he has not cooperated with CPS. He hasn't done anything. And so their process, quite possibly, I haven't seen the pleadings, but knowing how they work, they may be trying to terminate his parental rights as a part of the CPS program. We're not quite sure. However, from her perspective, she doesn't want anything to do with the man at all because of the problems that he has caused her and her children.
All right. State, you're requesting what type of treatment?
Safety, Your Honor.
All right. So I have a few questions. You want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Esther Marie Orellana Diaz.
All right, and defense, if ever you want to jump in, feel free to jump in. All right, so what are the ages of your children?
17, 16, 14, 12, 5, and 2 months.
All right, so the 2-month-old is in foster care?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
And the 5-year-old is with your ex?
Yes.
And that is not Mr. Herrera?
No.
And the 12-year-old is
My ex-husband.
14?
As well.
And the 16-year-old?
She's in juvie.
And the 17-year-old with the grandmother?
Yes.
All right, so the 16-year-old, why is the 16-year-old in juvenile custody?
She kept running. My mom was having problems with her.
And so she was with your grandmother?
Yes.
All right. Oh, I don't want to go into great detail. I'm just trying to figure things out.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So now here's my question in defense. If you want to jump in, feel free to jump in. I don't understand how cutting off the monitor has anything to do with anything. I mean, it's not as though Mr. Herrera was monitoring her. It's not like if she's on GPS, he's monitoring her so he knows where she is. It's probation that was monitoring her.
It had
Yes.
to do with,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
it had to do with the fact that she was previously ordered to complete alcohol, and she couldn't do that with the monitor on. And that delves into, and it is intertwined with Mr. Herrera and the relationship that she had with him. And so she did not complete Alpha Home. She in essence left Alpha Home after 1 week.
Okay, so she was in Alpha Home on GPS
Yes, Your Honor.
and she cut the GPS monitor off.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Sorry to cut. It wasn't necessarily that way. He misunderstood. What I meant was my daughter was giving my mom problems. It wasn't necessary because my ex-boyfriend. It was because my daughter, nobody can handle them. And they only listen when I'm there. And so I had to cut my monitor to go get my daughter.
No, you didn't have to cut your monitor
Why-
off. You could have called probation and said,
I called them. My mom called them. They didn't want to do nothing. They didn't. My son's probation officer is the same probation officer for my daughter. They didn't even go look for her. Little did they know my son was even doing other things. I had to be the one keep calling and calling, and they weren't doing their job. Secondly, my daughter was going to the Westway apartments where there's a bridge, where there's a lot of homeless people.
all right, so here's the thing. I understand what you're saying about probation not doing their job, but honestly, you were not doing your job as a parent because that's why probation is in their life. And the government, honestly, even when people are juveniles, it's really not the probation's officer job to raise your children. That's your job. And the fact that your child ran away still doesn't excuse your thinking, which is, I'm going to cut off my monitor because my child ran away and my child will only listen to me. If your child will only listen to you, why are your children living with the grandmother instead of you?
Exactly. I was just trying to take my daughter back to my mom's and let her, turn herself in, do it the right way so I can turn myself in, so I can be at peace and know that she's okay while I'm doing my, doing what I have to do as a parent.
Well, let me just tell everybody, one, I don't even think she should be continued on probation. I think she should be revoked. But what I can tell you is I am not going to do the treatment that you want. It's going to be safety.
Okay, it's fine.
So, well, no, you need to listen.
Yes,
So even if I consider continuing you, it's going to be safety. So everything else is off the table. Any questions?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
Any questions?
From the defense, Your Honor.
All right, probation, what are you requesting?
Judge, felony drug court, she was initially accepted into felony drug court and then the monitor issue happened. So then they rejected the case, it came back over. We did refer her to felony drug court. And at that point, the ADA down there opposed the reentry. I didn't get any further information on why they opposed. It was just ADA opposed. We did also do a TAP evaluation while she's been in custody, and the TAP recommended for safety. I would add.
This moment right here, it's where the personal pain of parenting collides with the hard edge of the law.
That she be given credit for the anger management course that she's taken while she's been in custody, and defer to the court in regards to treatment.
Okay. So probation wants to continue her?
Yes.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is going to do. I'll deny the motion. Alternate amend conditions to extend for 2 years. We can do a referral back to felony drug court. And if not accepted, then safe P.
Judge, I would like to point out that referral was just back to it as a whole.
All right.
If I'm saying the ADA opposed it, and that's why she wasn't granted, or she wasn't accepted to drug court. Otherwise, she met the requirements for it.
Who's the ADA?
It doesn't even give you that information. Judge, it does say that she met the criteria.
With only 1 year to reunite with her children,
all I have.
this might be Esther Diaz's final shot at redemption.
And I have counseled Ms. Diaz on how stringent and how difficult drug court is to complete. And she has informed me that she is ready, willing, and able to do whatever she needs to do.
All right, just one moment. All right, so here's my other question. Has anyone looked into if she has a CPS case, CPS has a treatment court there as well. Has anyone checked to see if they will accept her?
I have not, Your Honor.
All right. Yes,
I have a outpatient visit with the CPS worker on the 3rd. And she was telling me that if they didn't have classes for me here, that they would provide the classes for me there.
all right. So what's going to end, I can tell everybody what's going to end up happening, right? And y'all tell me if you all want to continue down this road of sending her to safety. In CPS cases, you only have a year, counsel, as you know, to get your act together for them to consider placing your children with you. Sometimes they will extend it, maybe extend it for 3 months. Most I've seen is 6 months, and that's it. So if you're not accepted into felony drug court, it's going to be very difficult for you when you're sent to safety. So I'm going to ask that she be re-referred to felony drug court, and maybe your attorney can speak to them at felony drug court and talk to the ADA and see if they're willing to reconsider. But if you're not accepted in felony drug court, you're going to go to safety.
Yes, Your Honor.
So there's a referral to felony drug court in custody. If not accepted, then safety. Is there anything else from either side?
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
Okay, and just one moment. Yeah, okay. All right, good luck to you.
Thank
Oh,
you.
and I'm sorry, one more thing on the record probation. She'll receive credit for the anger management course.
I received my other 2 certificates in 2 weeks.
All right, sure.
It
Just,
should be in the system, they said.
all right, just let probation know.
Yes,
All right, thank you.
thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Caught with nearly 28 grams of meth and scale in her purse, Missy Torres faces her past, her addiction, and the real possibility of never seeing her kids again. The judge's final warning: this is your last chance.
Inpatient treatment. So it's very important that you be 100% honest. All right, are we here for sentencing?
I believe so, Judge. We had reset it for a couple of weeks. For sentencing only, I didn't know if that meant there would be a TAP evaluation or not, but apparently not. So,
Well, on this case, it would be, I think you all, both parties agreed to provide the court with a IC.
oh, well, I guess that would be the state because I certainly don't have access to that.
Yeah, because I believe that the state is silent.
Correct. If I'm not mistaken, Judge, your history is some misdemeanors. Sure. We want to get confused.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 5145, State of Texas versus Missy Anna Torres. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
I'm sorry, Robert Burns for Miss Torres.
And are you Miss Torres? All right, you need to speak up so the court reporter can hear. All right, we're here for sentencing today. According to the plea bargain agreement, she pled no contest to count 2 of the indictment. She applied for deferred adjudication. The state is proceeding only on count 2 according to the plea bargain agreement. Punishment is to be assessed at 6 years in the prison, and the state is silent on the defendant's application. The court requested that the defendant's criminal history be provided to the court. There were no objections to the court receiving that from the state. Is that correct?
Correct.
And any objections to the court reviewing that?
No, Judge, of course not.
Thank you, state. All right, the state is silent. Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, of course, Ms. Torres is hoping you'll grant her application for deferred. She's in self-employed cleaning houses. She has several customers that rely on her. She has a few kids. She's just asking for the court to maybe direct her to some outpatient treatment because she believes she needs some help with this problem. And Other than that, again, she's just hoping you'll grant her application.
All right, you want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Honor. Missy Ann Torres.
All right, so you're going to get drug tested today. What are the results going to be?
They will come back a positive.
Positive for what?
Methamphetamine.
All right, so how often are you using meth?
I only do it when I'm under stress, and I did it because I could get denied for adjudication, so
I'm sorry, what?
I could get denied the application, so I just kind of was I just do it when I'm under stress, so I know I have a problem, and I don't do it like around my children. I don't do it, every day. It's just, when I'm under stress and I was, really scared, and really under stress. So I don't do it when I go to work. I don't do it, every day, like I said.
All right, so how many children do you have?
I have 3,
What are their ages?
11, 8, and 5.
And where are they now?
2 of them are with their dad and 1 is with my grandma.
All right, with your grandmother, so their great
Missy
grandmother?
admits to
Yes.
using meth
All
just 2
right.
days before court,
So,
knowing she'd be drug tested.
do you help take care of your children?
Yes.
How
I-
often?
I see them every other weekend, and I don't pay child support, but I pay them, my exes, and I have my daughter. My daughter is with me.
No, you just said your daughter is with the
Yeah,
great
but
grandmother.
I live with my grandmother. This was it.
All right.
So I help take care of her. She
All right.
helps me take care of her.
Okay. So one, I don't think it's appropriate for you to be cleaning houses
Okay.
because of the nature of this offense. And 2, I don't think it's appropriate for you right now to be taking care of your children.
That's why I'm asking for help, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, what?
That's why I was asking for help, Your Honor. That's why.
All right, your help is not going to be outpatient treatment if I grant this application for deferred adjudication. So you're going into custody today.
Okay.
All right. So it's just a matter of what I'm going to do with you. I will tell you the court's issue, and if you want to address this, I know the state is proceeding on count 2 of possession, but she had a lot of drugs with her.
No.
So I don't understand, if you're working homes, then why do you have a scale
Scale
inpatient
in her
treatment?
purse?
So it's
The
very
judge isn't
important
convinced
that
this
you
was
be
just personal
100%
use.
honest with
Wait.
you, because that's, according to this, you had drugs, you had a scale in your purse, and there were baggies totaling 32.0 grams.
Well, Your Honor, I was a heavy user back then, and it was.
Oh, you're not, I tell you what, I don't think, and if I'm wrong, correct me, I don't think you were using 32 grams of meth.
It was only 28.
No, you have meth here for 4.964 grams, and you also have meth for 27.459 grams. And what you pled to in count 2 was a possession 4 to 200 grams. So this is not a possession 1 to 4. So we're talking about 27 grams. And according to the stipulations, that what was found in your bag, it says, I searched her bag, and inside a Paris Hilton makeup bag box were baggies, a scale, and crystal-like substance inside a cut vacuum sealed bag. That's from your Paris Hilton makeup bag.
So what I had, the meth was it was double bagged in a sandwich bag. So yes, ma'am, I know it was 20, but it's because that was my personal. I didn't have any other. And last time I went, they tried to only give me which was 14 grams. So I had to.
No, what I'm telling you is, they said the baggie found in Robert's pocket tested positive for meth and had a field weight of 6.12
That was Robert's,
grams.
that wasn't mine.
No. I'm not saying that was yours. So the 6.12 grams that were found in his pocket, they're saying that was his. It was in his pocket. But the baggie, which was found in Missy's purse, tested positive for meth and had a field weight of 32.09 grams. Now, mind you, what they do in the field, I already know that testing drugs in the field are not legal for court. So I'm not considering the weight and what they said in the field. I'm considering what has been given to me for laboratory reports. So this was the professionals testing it, not a presumptive. And it says 27.459 grams was the net weight of the meth that you had in your Paris Hilton bag.
Yes, Your Honor. And I will say that I used to use a whole ounce within 2 to 3 days. So I was a heavy user, and like I said, they tried to give me half of that the last time, and right now it's going for $250. So if I'm paying $250, I wanted the whole thing. I wanted to make sure. I'm just being honest, and I'm sorry. Excuse me for being.
No, I
transparent.
want you to be honest and I want you to be transparent.
I'm sorry for being transparent, but it's something that I feel like I worked for my money, and I didn't want just to get gypped again. I can promise you I didn't sell anything. It was because I've been gypped many times. So I did get it. Now it was double bagged because I don't know, that's the way they gave it to me. I can't, and it is my mistake, and I'm taking full responsibility, but I wasn't selling drugs. I wouldn't, like I said, I have a job, and back then I was, a heavy user where I would just do it before work, after work, and I didn't have my children in my life. Now I do have my children back in my life, and I'm trying to be a good mom. So I thank you for, giving me an inpatient program.
Well, no. I'm not saying I'm going to give you inpatient.
sorry.
What I'm saying is that you're not walking out of this courtroom today. Either you're going to be going to prison or either you're going to be going to inpatient treatment. So it's very important that you be 100% honest with me, because I'm telling you, the state proceeded on a possession, but the amount of drugs you had and the way they were packaged, that's concerning for the court. So you're saying that you just bought a bunch of meth and you were saving it up for use?
So I would use within 2 to 3 days. That was all my personal. Like I said, they tried to sell me half of that one time, and I went back to the same person, but I said, I'm going to wait myself to make sure I'm getting the right amount, because it's just, I'm an addict. I'm sorry. I am. And we're not.
So you travel with your own scale?
Well, at the time I did, because like I said, I've been gypped, and it's, when you're an addict, that's all you think of, just how to get, make sure you're getting what you need. And honestly, I can see where I made my mistake, but I'm being honest with you. It was my skeleton measure. So my personal, that's it. And I don't know if Robert would tell you that was my personal as well. Like, I mean, I don't want to call him or anything, you can if you want to. But he would tell you that's why I used to pick up.
Oh, no, I'm not going to be calling Robert, because Robert probably has a case of his own.
Right. But I'm saying Robert can tell you too, within 3 days, maybe 2 to 3 days, really, it would have been gone, and I would have been back doing it again. Now I don't. It was kind of like a stress thing. And
Where did you get your drugs to use today before you came to court?
Just an old friend. I hadn't talked to him since, and it was on Saturday when I knew it was, coming, and I guess I felt,
A plea for treatment, not prison. But is the addiction too far gone?
Can I say something? I think the fact that she would actually go out and do the same drugs that she's about to get sentenced for in a couple of days, I think really speaks to the fact that she has a serious addiction problem that I think only rehab can treat. And if you decide that's ISF or SATF or SAFE, we understand that, but I think she really needs treatment.
Okay. All right. This is what the court is there anything else for me to say? All right. This is what the court is going to do. I see that she hasn't been to prison before. I'm going to find her guilty, sentence her to 6 years in the prison, the therapeutic community. There's to be no contact with Robert Marble. Give her credit for any time served, and I'll retain jurisdiction.
Okay.
All right. And you can explain to her what that means. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. I'll tell them. So here's the thing. When I say that I'm going to retain jurisdiction, what that means is they're going to take you to prison. If you're following the rules at the prison, if you're working on yourself, because they have programs at the prison, your attorney can file a motion. It's called shock probation. Back when I was growing up, they would have scared straight programs. So shock probation is sort of a scared straight program. So hopefully when you go to prison, you will clear your mind.
Yes.
The drug use or the addiction that you have, the craving that you have will be lifted. And if you are doing what you're supposed to do at the prison, if there are no bad reports at the prison, when your attorney comes back for a request for shock probation, I will strongly consider it. So while you're at the prison, you have 180 days. That's when he needs to bring it back before me before that time period. So you're going to do 6 months. And if you are doing well, if there are no write-ups against you, then the court will strongly consider giving you probation. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So, well, I mean, these are going to be choices that you make. It's going to be completely up to you whether or not I strongly consider giving you probation. Your attorney will explain it to you further, but any programs that they have at the prison, like the therapeutic community, to address your issue, you need to take it. I know they have parenting classes at the jail. I don't know how long the transfer will be, but you need to take advantage of that. When you see people come before me and they've gone to anger management class, they've done parenting classes, they've availed themselves of everything at the jail and everything at the prison, that is what you need to do. You need to immediately sign up for it. If for some reason there's overcrowding and they don't give it to you, it would be better for you to have signed up for it than to just throw up your hands and say, I'm not trying. Do you understand?
Yes.
And next time, if you have a case before any judge, don't use before coming to court. You understand? But I do appreciate your honesty, but you're going to have to get your life in order. Otherwise, children is going to be without their mom. You understand? All right. Good luck to you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Threatening your own parents and then blaming anxiety? Watch as his judge tears down every excuse and issues a warning that could change this man's life forever.
All right. State what is happening with this case.
Judge, we do have a proposition for the
Yeah.
court that would resolve everything, but it would include a withdrawal and an alternate amends for conditions to address certain issues, but it would take care of all of defendants.
And what are you all requesting with the alternate amendment?
For state ISF, inpatient address substance abuse issues.
And I believe that you were going to extend first.
There would be an extension proposed as well. And we have spoken with probation about this. For today's contested, this arrangement would allow for probationer to address these issues in a sense that the state would not be able to achieve today.
Ms. Abrams? On Mr. Saldivar? Yes. Thoughts?
I did speak with Duffy on Friday, and we felt like that was the best thing to do at this point.
All right, who's the complainant on the new case?
If the state may.
To answer that question, the complainants on the new number ones for family violence were his parents and sister.
And what are their names? What's your parents' names?
David, Elizabeth, and my sister's Angela.
And your sister's who?
Angela.
All South Park.
Wait, his own parents and sister called the cops on him? That's serious.
So what is going on with him? Does he have mental health issues?
Yes, Your Honor, you and initially when he started probation, he's getting toward the end of that. But when you started probation, you originally ordered DDRF. However, he was bounced out of that. They was not qualified for whatever reason. And his family does want him to have, they understand that he has problems common substances and the incident.
Okay, you're trailing off.
Sorry.
I can't hear a word you're saying.
Mr. Saldivar understands that he has, and his family understands that he has substance problem use treatment. Also, like to address those issues.
All right, so I don't know how state ISF probation, how is that going to address mental health issues?
You can tell the judge isn't buying the mental health excuse. She's about to flip this whole case.
I'm more focused on the substance abuse factor of it. I don't know necessarily that
There's a good sound about it.
mental health issues. He has been or was on at one point in time to make caseload. I was just reviewing that.
I mean, would felony drug court take him or no? Because they have their dual diagnosis program.
Have to do a referral.
All right.
I think perhaps, Your Honor, Mr. Saldivar does have some anxiety issues. I think perhaps that the family thought that behavior may be more mental health related. However, it was that those instances were all related to the influence.
All right. So if he has anxiety issues, I don't know how he's going to do well in ISL because I'm writing a different program than what you all have come up with. And if he has anxiety, then I don't know how he's doing at the jail. If he has anxiety, I don't know how he's going to do in ISF. So that's something that they can address in their dual diagnosis program if they accept him.
Yes, Your Honor. You're talking about the felony drug court? Okay. Well, Mr. Saldivar does want treatment for his issues. It has been a little bit of a struggle for him being in jail. He's mentioned that, but he's working with the situation. We're just trying to tailor so that he's able to get the help he needs, the family wants.
Okay, you keep trailing off.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
And I
Sometimes I
can't
get
hear.
too loud.
No, you're not loud at all. You're trailing. You start here and then you go down, and I can't hear the rest of it.
I apologize, Your Honor. We were just trying to tailor the situation so that he's able to get some. He's never had a proper inpatient treatment, and we were going to try to tailor the situation to find.
Felony drug court will tailor the situation if he is accepted. I mean, he has. Here are your choices. Your choices are the state wants to withdraw the motion. They want to alternate amend your conditions. So the only thing that's going to end up happening is either you're going to get accepted in a felony drug court, you're not going to be released from custody, or either you're going to ISF and you're not going to be released from custody. So that's it. Now, if you want to, the state can proceed. You can plead to true to one of the violations, and the court will hear if they have come to an agreement. But otherwise, your probation today is getting extended for 2 years. That's what's going to happen. If they're withdrawn and they want to alternate amend, it's going to be extended for 2 years. You're going to remain in custody. You're going to be referred to felony drug court while you're in custody. And then if they don't accept you, you're going to go to ISF. That's what's going to happen. And then you're going to be put on GPS, and there's not going to be any in-person contact with David or Elizabeth or Angela. And you're not going to be living with David, Elizabeth, or Angela.
And Your Honor, if the family the family contacted me to get an affidavit for change to no harmful or injurious.
No,
No.
because we're here, and in this motion to revoke, it has terroristic threat ×3, and I'm assuming that's involving his family members. And then there's also an interfering with emergency request for assistance, which means somebody was on the phone, allegedly calling 911, and you stopped them from doing that. So, no. Or if those are going to be the court's conditions, or if you want to be revoked, you can plead true to something and the court will revoke you.
This part is wild. She actually says everyone should just walk to work if there's no bus.
I don't believe we have any objection
mercy here.
All right. So probation. Then the state is asking that the MTR be withdrawn He's going to be extended for 2 years. And in custody, I want a referral to felony drug court first. And if not accepted, then the referral to ISF. And then, are you employed? Were you previously employed?
I'm working as I'm a painter. I was doing odd jobs around. Like
All right.
and find without employment because due to transportation.
All right, via bus.
It doesn't go up to Bernie. I need to get to the company. It's complicated.
So here's the thing. This is what people have to understand. I understand when people don't have transportation. I understand when people, the via bus doesn't run to certain locations. I myself, and I've had family members, guess what? When they didn't have a ride, they timed what time they needed to be at work and they walked. I mean, are we living in a society where we say we don't have a ride, via bus doesn't come here, so therefore I cannot work? I would love to do that, not work, and still be able to afford to live like I want to live. Everybody needs to get a job. So there's going to be partial GPS for employment, waive fees, and that will be upon release. Is there anything else that you need from the court to be successful?
I had nowhere else to live with my family.
Not going to happen.
I don't know where else to go.
Felony drug court, if you're accepted, if you're honest with them, they will accept you and they will help you find housing. Do you understand? And there's to be no in-person contact with David, Elizabeth, and Angela Aguilar. I'm sorry, Angela Saldivar. And the reason why I'm doing that is because this could have really turned into something completely different. And then you would have been here for something that's more serious than just a terroristic threat. Once you are stabilized, then your attorney can always reapproach the court and I'll reconsider lifting it and making it no harmful or injurious.
Thank you.
All right. Is there anything else you need?
Can I speak to them?
Sure. Yes. You just can't have in-person contact. That means that you can't go to the house. You can't see them face to face. You understand? But you can call them on the phone. You can even, and I say face to face, you can even do a video conference with them, but you are not to see them in person. Do you understand? All right.
And just for the record, Your Honor, I should mention that as part of the agreement to agree to extend the probation, the state's going to be filing this line. 2025 CR 008047.
All right. Once they give me the dismissal, I will sign it.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Is there anything else you need? Yeah, now's the time.
You can always call me too. You can always call me too.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. And if you ever need anything, let probation know. And if you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a piece of luck.